Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4's. We are playing with Japan. Before we do anything, I wanted to go ahead and make sure I do this now because you know I'm gonna forget, man. I'm gonna go get the infantry expert upgrade for this general here. So let's go and grab that for him. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. We haven't had a video for a couple days now. You know, we didn't have our typical Monday video. And then I didn't have one on Tuesday because I decided to take the advice of many of you guys of taking a day to rest, and you know, I slept for like 9 hours, just kind of take care of some of that sleep debt because yeah, I was just exhausted, man, just so tired. And then the next day we ended up having to take that day off completely from YouTube in order to kind of deal with the plumbing issues that we've been having, which really started back on Sunday. But I didn't bring it up because I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue, but it ended up being a massive issue. It just became a major problem. Man, yeah, we've got like an excavator sitting on our lawn right now with a big old hole in the ground. It's just been a massive problem, guys, an extremely expensive problem. If you guys recall, last year I had this same issue where we had some blockage in our pipes, and we had to call like 2 plumbers. The first plumber, you know, he gave up. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't fix it, didn't know what it was. So he just gave up on us and left, and we didn't have to pay him or anything. He just left. And then so I had to call another plumber, and he came in and he worked on it for like 8 hours. So in total it was like 12 hours between the 2 plumbers, and he worked on it for like 8 hours, and then he finally cleared it up. Never knew what it was. The camera didn't really reveal what it was because it's, you know, it's kind of hard to see on the camera. And so they never knew what it was, but he cleared it up, and we thought it wasn't an issue anymore, and everything was good to go. But then again, same issue this year. So we called the same plumber. He came, and it was like maybe 30 minutes is all it took for him to tell us that there's no possible way that he was going to be able to unclear it with that machine that he had, because he couldn't even get to where the, you know, where all the blockage was. And so yeah, they ended up deciding that they had to dig a hole and find out what was going on. And it was the tree, man. The tree outside our front yard had grown into the pipes. The roots had grown into the pipes and had completely just wrecked our pipes. So we had to replace all that, and it's still sitting out there right now because it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a process. They put like some temporary pipes in there right now so we can use the pipes, you know, use our water. And then I guess tomorrow they're gonna have the inspector come out, and once that's done, the inspection's done, they're gonna replace the temporary pipes and put, you know, new pipes in there. And overall it's very time-consuming process and very expensive process. Oh, good God, it's so expensive, guys. A little small fortune, man. It's broke us. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, financially, we are in trouble because it is an extremely expensive. But that's just the way that being a home buyer is, man. I'm gonna tell you what. It's a money pit. If you're ever thinking about buying a house, guys, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, you know, you get a lot out of it. You get equity. You know, you're actually giving money and you're getting something from it, rather than when you pay rent, you're just not getting anything for it. And I'll tell you what, good God, guys, it's just the expenses for trying to fix things. You know, all the things that break in a house all the time. It's just kind of, it really breaks you. You got to make sure you have, you know, more than just enough. You know, it's not like with rent where it's just like, oh, if I can pay my rent, I'm good to go. It's also a matter of, you know, do you have enough money to deal with all of the many expenses, things that are going to break, taxes, all kinds of crap that you don't know about if you never bought a house before. But yeah, it's pretty bad, guys. It's extremely expensive. Basically, all of the money that I made from these last 2 things, you know, with the voiceover work and the Call of War series, which we made pretty good money from that. All of that doesn't even come close to paying for how expensive this is. Again, it's unfortunate. So yeah, what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? You had to do it. We had to fix it. You know, you gotta have water, or you gotta be able to use your pipes. Because you know, it's the pipes that go out, of course. So you gotta be able to use your shower and toilet is what I'm trying to say. I guess we could have used a bucket or something like that. I guess there was that option, and just run around stinking. Not showering, but yeah, basically we had to get it fixed, so there's no way around it. And I shopped around on prices, and what we got was as good as it gets. We actually had to finance it, so it's really unfortunate, because yeah, I don't have that kind of money. Who does? Who has that kind of money? But yeah, let's go ahead and get started in today's episode. I just want to let you guys know why there wasn't any videos, yeah, and we're still dealing with it. Like I said, they come out tomorrow, so we did cut these guys off. I'm about to get them destroyed. We'll have that guy like attack there as soon as he's done defending here. We'll try and get this one Soviet division wiped out. But remember what we're trying to do here, guys. We're trying to like get as much Soviet territory as we can. And of course, this guy might try and break out. Maybe that's why I had him attacking there. So let's go and stop him, so he doesn't break out. And then of course we have all this here, and that does stop us from an attack from that way. Let's go this way, so this guy here can't retreat any further. And that'd be the best way to do this. And we're at the point now where we're kind of just we did take their capital there. We're at the point now where we're basically manually controlling the entire front as of right now, just because there's now actual resistance here. We did take a factory. Let's go ahead and get it placed. I did put the zeros in. I forgot. I knew I was gonna forget, guys. I said, oh, it's only 2 days to build that last plane. Why as well just wait, right? Shouldn't have done that shit. You guys already know I was gonna forget. But yeah, let's go and place this. We can place it in the zeros. Yeah, let's get placed in the zeros. And we do need some resources. I traded for some, apparently not enough though. So we'll trade for a bit more. We can't get any more from them. They don't really have much steel for us. So we'll have to trade with, we'll trade with the Germans. I feel like the British probably have enough civilian factories that they don't need any from us. But yeah, we should get the Soviets defeated this episode, I expect, just based on what their current you know, percentages towards capitulating. I do expect that we'll have them capitulate this episode. Now, I don't know how much we'll actually get here, guys. I suspect it won't be. Well, you know, I guess I forgot we're in control of the peace treaty, so we can get as much as we deem to be. Why can't we enter that province? That's weird. You'd think you'd be able to enter in from right here. Whatever, we'll take these two, I suppose. But I guess, yeah, we'll get whatever we think is fair for us. Let's go over this way. Based on our participation, which we've been, I mean, we've been helping. We've taken some victory points, but of course, the majority of the victory points are over here, so it does result in our war participation looking a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and get these guys here destroyed. Those cav divisions that we cut off a little ways back. Finally got them to a point where we can destroy them. And again, just trying to push forward, get these guys capitulated, so we can have that peace treaty, and then also in this episode, you know, not just have the peace treaty, but then also be able to start preparing for the next conflict. Go ahead and set up our armies and stuff, and get moving over to those fronts, so we can get those knocked out. And we'll just have him go grab it. All this at this point, I mean, it's really just about getting the provinces, any of them. It doesn't really matter which provinces we take. Let's just go over here and get this one, because there's not a lot of victory points on this side of the map. We pretty much have already gotten all of them. There's like a few here and there, and the ones that are there are worth like one point. So they're really not worth more than a typical province. Worth a little bit more, you know. But yeah, it doesn't really matter which provinces we take now. Now it's just about pushing forward. So we did get the machine-assisted encryption. Is that the last one? That is the last one. So we're done with that. Yeah, I guess we could do the blueprint stealing. I don't know how much of this we'll be using in this campaign. A lot of these ones here. We used these in some of those past campaigns. Particularly, I remember the diplomatic training one was super useful in that Portuguese one. But yeah, I don't know how much we'll actually use. You know, many of these here. But I'll try and do some blueprint stealing in this one, guys, on the Americans. Once we can really focus our operatives on that, yeah, we'll use it. We'll attempt to use one of those on the Americans, but I'm sure they got plenty of blueprints for us to steal. Let's go and grab all this stuff here and have this guy continue. I mean, he's just taking this stuff so quickly. But yeah, I think in the peace treaty, I could justify getting most of this territory in the east. I mean, this is all. I mean, we would have gotten it if the war would have kept going. We did finish up the cipher in India, which I think, yeah, that's the last thing we were doing for the ciphers, because we already have the Soviet Union one, which has been activated, and we have the bonus for that for another 10 days. So let's go and get another one. I suppose we can start working on the American one now. Yeah, I don't really see any point on going after like Burma or Siam. Yeah, I don't see any point in doing that. So yeah, let's just do the United States. We know we want to decrypt their cipher eventually, so let's do it now. Let's go and start working on that. It's going to be 457 days. So not too shabby. It looks like they haven't been putting as many points into their upgrades as we have. Now we need 39 Navy experience, guys. 39 Navy experience to design the light cruiser that I want to design. So for right now, we'll just put the dockyard into whatever. I guess we don't really need convoys. I suppose we can put it in submarines. We can always use more submarines. And speaking of submarines, I assume we got, yeah, one done here. So let's go and get him training up. And we should also make sure we're not training any really large ships that don't need to be. Yeah, like these light cruisers here. We can just go ahead and throw them over here for now. And then maybe take out a couple of these old light cruisers. Because, yeah, we got a couple of these that are really old. And again, just probably play some back into the training fleet because we're really trying to get some of that Navy experience so we can continue changing up those designs. We still got to do a new destroyer design. I want to say we still have to do the battleships as well, don't we? We might be waiting on a couple things, but I want to say that we also have to do those. And as far as the fronts, I made some adjustments, but they are kind of getting a little bit unwieldy here. So what we might want to do is probably extend it towards this way here because the blue front is massive here. There's two blue fronts, so that's also a little bit confusing, but this is what I think we're going to do. Let's go and pull these guys back. I know this is going to cause all kinds of issues, so what we'll do is like just tell the ones that are here to kind of continue their orders of advancing here, and then try and get these guys here cut off. Yeah, so we'll do that. We have an attack right here, and I'm actually going to go that way. Have this division here wipe out that territory there. Maybe push these ones back so we don't have as much territory to cover. And then bring this army here, cover all that. And then we'll just kind of pull these ones back as well. And I know there's a lot of divisions here we're attempting to cut off. So we don't want to miss that opportunity because I pulled all those divisions back. And you just kind of pull the Red Army back. You know, oops, we got the offensive line there. Just going to pull all this back. Kind of focus on where the more important fronts are. And we'll probably pull the Red Army over here a little bit more as well. Alright, that looks good. And then make these guys who aren't really all that great, but they can cover this for us. And maybe make the Pink Army do a little bit more work, which I think they're the only ones we still have under AI control because as of the last time I checked it, they didn't have any resistance there. We'll see if that's still the case. See if there's any divisions over here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any. It looks like we're fighting here. I think they're attacking us though. Let's go and grab that air base right there. Maybe we'll go over here and go up here. Alright, so I think they were like, when we started the episode, like 68% towards capitulation or something like that. There wasn't much left to do, especially once, you know, these guys get some of the territory down here. And I mean, that's really all of the key victory points that are left, I think. Yeah, there's not much. I think this one's worth, yeah, it's worth 3 points. And right now it's just taking like provinces, is what it comes down to. So let's go and get these military factories assigned. And we'll take a look and see what we're most short on. It seems that the motorized seems to be a consistent issue for us in this campaign. Doesn't help either that I'm not really putting much factories into that right now because we were good. We were good for a little while there. That is no longer the case. We did finish training up these divisions here, so we'll use those after the war, guys. For right now, let's just get this conflict done with. Just hurry up and try and get like these guys cut off here, get them destroyed. Seen a lot of success. Pretty much everywhere we go is successful for the most part. They seem incredibly weak, very, very weak. We can go. You know what? I think this lake here causes some issues. So let's go there, and I think that'll cut those guys off. And there's gonna be a little bit of movement needed, and also let me make sure these guys all have fronts and offensive lines, I should say, because I don't think they do. So we'll go ahead and fix that. Make sure that like these guys are getting planning bonuses when they're just sitting still. I think everybody else is good to go though. Yeah, everybody else is good to go. So he's taking all this for us, and there you go. Moscow's been taken. I didn't know that hadn't been taken yet. So that's gonna make a big impact. Let's go and get the dockyards assigned, then we'll take a look and see how close they are to capitulating. We'll just go ahead and put those into the submarines for now. We aren't quite there yet. Again, we need 39 experience, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just go ahead and take a look and see where they're at. 82%. 82%. These guys, the Tanu Tuva, are 95%. We took their capital already. And Finland is 94%. The British have done an invasion here. I guess the Germans have invaded as well. So yeah, they're just about capitulated as well. And I did just smack the hell out of the mics. Hopefully I didn't get too out of place there. Angry, frustrated. I'm not. This has actually been, I mean, other than our financial issues, it's been a fine day, I suppose. It's been alright. HiJynx is actually home sick right now. So they gave her a couple days off. She went to the doctor. I know a lot of people have been concerned about Jinx because we've been talking about her coughing and stuff. Because it's just been a rough couple weeks, man. It's just been that, I don't know, it seems like April's like that, man. April's just always shitty. For us anyway. I don't know if that's like that for you guys, but April is always a crappy time for us. That's what it seems like every year. Let's just get these dudes wiped out here. We won't bring them in. You know, we're not bring those Marines in either because they're pretty weak. But yeah, it seems like April is just always kind of cruddy. Yeah, Jinx has just been like super sick, man. Just coughing like crazy and just not feeling good. And of course, she already got tested, you know, for the COVID-19 because, you know, she does work in healthcare. Works at a pharmacy. God damn it, guys. You know what? I think we're done with these guys controlling. They now have resistance, and I don't want them doing stupid attacks like this, costing us manpower and equipment. We're already too short on it as it is. Yeah, she already got tested, and she tested negative, so we knew it wasn't that. Or at least that's not what it is now. It turns out she got bronchitis, which was likely caused by something else, and it's not impossible. I'm not gonna say very likely, but it's not impossible, and they just capitulated that she had it at some point. You know, when they're doing those testing there in California, they're doing the antibody testing. It turns out like a huge percentage of the population in California has gotten it, and that's of course the population they tested. So that's not everybody, man. We got a ton of troops cut off here, man. Let's go this way here instead of whatever way we were going. Yeah, but like a huge chunk of the population of the California that they had tested had gotten it. So it's not impossible that we had gotten it already. We've talked about that before. We had that time where we were just feeling kind of cruddy, where you just weren't feeling very well. And maybe that's when we got it. We never had a fever, though. Never had the fever, which is not necessarily indicative of not having got it. There's definitely a possibility you can get it without having a fever. What is going on here with these fronts, man? So do we have multiple blue army fronts? That's what I think I'm seeing here. Yeah. Alright, so that's a little bit confusing. So what we'll do is we'll just delete one of them and then I should have took those divisions and assigned them over to this one first before I did that, but whatever. It's fine. So I'm going to get all these guys. I'm going to just assign any ones that have that little red icon there. Make sure that they get assigned to a front. I think those guys are already assigned here, but we'll assign them again. Make sure those guys get assigned there. And these ones over here. Alright, looking good. So, getting tons of Soviet divisions cut off. Just trying to make our push forward a little bit easier, a little bit faster. Got a lot of open territory as well, though. Just gonna get those guys killed right there. We're even across a river here, just to try and get those two divisions wiped out a little bit faster. And we're gonna try and get our kill count up, which in order to be able to take a look at that, we have to make sure we don't capitulate them. Or we can just take a look at now. We've got 15,000 casualties, that is it, while we have killed 90,000 of the Soviets. Now, of course, we fought other, their puppets as well, so 24,000 here for the Mongolians. I guess we didn't cause them any casualties. So yeah, I mean, really, we're not really fighting a lot of them yet. Now, once we get all these cut off divisions destroyed, I think those numbers will go up, which we like seeing high numbers there for our numbers of casualties we've caused. So we do need to extend this front out here. And yeah, we just got... The fronts are all kind of wild right now. Just kind of wily. You know what? Actually, let's go and grab that because I think that'll cut these dudes off. And then what we'll do is go ahead and start the attack against them now, since we know that they're going to be cut off here soon. And also, with these divisions here, I'm just really trying to avoid them fighting anybody if we can. Like when we do these attacks, I prefer that they don't see any resistance on these attacks. Let's go up that way now. And they're going all the way to the coast. We'll have them keep on going up that way. And same thing with these guys here. Just go up. Take territory. Alright. Looking pretty good, guys. Looking good. And then, of course, the Soviets are... You know, once they get this, they lose this area here. I think that'll be enough to get them capitulated. Because, yeah, they're just about done for. Got those cav division there we can wipe out. Let's go and have this guy come here. And he'll come up over this way next. Have this guy come up that way. And I don't know what you're doing taking the railroads, but just go this way instead, man. And here, probably go up that way. Try and cut those Soviet divisions off. You can see they don't have any strength. They're out of equipment. They're incredibly weak now. Soviets they're done for. Their time is up. We'll have these guys come wipe them out. They might get reconnected. There's a chance somebody will come here, but they're having so many issues right now. Again, this is just a matter of time. The Soviets end up being incredibly easy. Talked all that shit. We are crossing a river, but yeah, talking all that shit, and we can't win that fight. But yeah, they ended up being really easy, which is not surprising when the Axis only had the one front, the Soviet front. Soviets definitely in this game absolutely rely on there being another front somewhere else for the Germans to fight. If the AI Germany can focus solely on the Eastern Front, then yeah, it doesn't go well for the Soviets typically. Does not go well for them. And we've seen that. They have made remarkably quick progress. You know, for it being the AI, of course. And these guys are trying to reconnect this here. We're going to stop that. Stop the madness here. Let's go and have these guys push forward here. And yeah, they're just at this point where they're just entirely reactive to what we're doing. There's really not much they can do. Could go in and get that CAD division wiped out so he doesn't keep on taking territory there. Alright, he's going to come up over here and grab this for us. And he can go ahead and grab some more territory. So I don't see anything wrong with us taking like a huge chunk of Russia, because I mean, like, all of this would have been ours if the war would have continued. You know, if there wasn't going to be a peace treaty, if we had to conquer like all of it, I think we would have ended up getting most of that. I think it makes sense that we would. That, you know, the Soviets weren't defending this territory. There wasn't anybody here to stop us. Let's go and push forward there, and then we'll go and grab some territory here. And I'm just kind of like throwing divisions right now, wherever now. It doesn't really matter. Just push forward, man. And it does suck they keep moving them here. I was hoping to cut these guys off as well, but that did not work. But we got these ones cut off, so we'll go and destroy them. Get them wiped out. And might have even sunk some convoys over here. Yep, got two Soviet convoys sunk. So some troops that are either arriving or evacuating. Could also have been just some supplies. All right, let's go with... I don't think we're going to do the psychological warfare. We might do the diplomatic pressure mission so that we can try and get more countries into our faction. So I think we'll go ahead and do that, and then this is going to be the last one that we do, at least for now, guys. I don't see us needing to do any other ones. All right, so getting those guys wiped out, we are still in that view, so we can't see any of our units here. And these guys come over this way, and that'll end up cutting all those guys off. I'm going to try and destroy that division there, maybe attack right there as well. Push forward here, grab that little old VP, and we did get dockyard to get placed, and we still don't quite have the 39 experience there, so we'll just have to wait. We're at 34 right now to get those light cruisers, the attack cruisers. And the experience has been a lot shorter than I was anticipating it to be in this series, guys. I thought we'd have a little bit more naval experience, but I think a big part of it is we haven't been battling, so we're only getting our experience from training. We did sink 4 Soviet submarines there, though, so I guess there's a little bit of a battle. So we got the unified fighter development. So that got rid of that national spirit that we had. It was kind of negative, or it was negative, I should say. So what do we want to get next? We can do jet prototypes. There's the range focus one. Okay, I didn't know you could do both of these. I thought you had to do one or the other. Looks like that is not the case. So you can go down here and get the strategic bomber model research bonuses. Now I want to say that this one here will allow us to have Yes, will allow us to have more special forces, which would be really nice to have. A lot of people were suggesting, you know, when we were having trouble in the mountainous region, that we should have gotten some Alpine troops. Well, here's the deal, guys. Those 20 width Marine divisions we have, they're consuming like most of our special forces limit, so we just don't really have the ability to get Alpine divisions right now. But if we get that, that's like a little bonus there. Plus there's those techs that will increase the amount of special forces you can get that we haven't gotten yet. So if we get those, that would help as well. But let's go and get something here. So I think we're gonna go ahead and, I mean, we could save up for the theorist. I've been talking about getting the theorist for a while now. So we could save up for that, or we could just try and finish up here and get all of the, I mean, this is a lot of naval stuff. Yeah, I suppose we don't need the naval stuff just yet. So could save up for the theorist. The other thing we could do is go ahead and get the elusive gentleman now. We don't really need the agency upgrade time. That's irrelevant. But the fourth operative would be really nice to have. So let's go and do that. And that'll allow us to get a fourth operative here in 30 days, which we would then use probably against the Americans to be able to do some different decisions there. Excuse me, different missions, operations. So right now she's doing counterintelligence. Looks like they all are now, because whatever we had them doing, they're done. So I think it's time to send them against the Americans. Trying to figure out who's where. Okay, so we currently have one in America already. We'd probably want to go ahead and send another one over there and start building the intel network over here on the East Coast. Just try and get the intel network built up a little bit quicker so that we can start doing some missions there. It's like some more Soviet convoys. And then the last one here, which would be her, she would then come over to wherever we're going to invade next, which could go after Siam. Some people have wanted me to, you know, just try and flip them over to fascism, which I think they might be going fascist anyways. Yeah, they're already going fascist, so you know we can make them do it a little bit quicker, I suppose. And then we could just have them join the faction, which there are benefits to having them join the faction. That's one more operative I think we get, because I think that'll put us at the number where we'd have one more for the independent countries. So we could do that. So I'll wait to do anything with Siam, because you know we have some options there. But let's go ahead and, I mean, I'd prefer to just kind of conquer them out. I'm kind of going with this campaign as being just like a conquest campaign where we're just gonna make everything ours, man, which I don't really do that typically. So I usually do some puppeting, you know, I at least have some puppets, and then there, of course we do those campaigns where we mostly do puppets. That is, we've done that a couple times as well, and some people really don't like when I do that. Some people find that frustrating, because they're like, ah, you didn't take nothing, man. They just want me to take a little bit more territory for myself. I would say that there's probably equal number of people who like me doing lots of puppeting compared to like people who like me doing lots of annexing. So typically in my campaigns I try and do a little bit of each. So you kind of, some people say to irritate both. I try and say it's like trying to appease both kind of directions that people like. But in this one I really think we're just going to do more of an annexation one. Just kind of make everything our color, man. Paint the map. But it will not be a world conquest. I know I've already said this in this campaign, but I'll say it again. I don't do world conquest on my channel, man, because I find it to be more tedious and boring than actually like challenging or fun. Trying to conquer all those little tiny countries, man. Ugh. So let's go and continue with our artillery since we are behind. We are a bit behind, so we're going to continue getting those. We can't go and update this. Go and get some new guns building. As far as our equipment situation, motorized is continuing to getting worse. But I mean, there's really nothing else to pull from. I guess we could do less infantry equipment so that we can do more motorized. I suppose that's an option. And so yeah, just getting all this conquered here, guys. And again, I feel like this is all going to be rightfully ours. So we'll probably give it to give all this territory to us in the peace treaty. Now that is going to require a massive garrison. I mean, I guess it's not quite as high as I thought it was. That's not too bad. But yeah, it's going to require a big garrison overall to be able to maintain all this territory. But yeah, I feel like this is it's fitting. I think this is exactly what we would do if we had, you know, weren't using that mod. Let's go attack here. Again, all these attacks are pretty easy for the most part. They just don't have the division numbers to really stop us. Let's go push forward over here. Just grabbing territory. Doesn't really matter what we grab, so long as we're getting these divisions defeated, man. Try and cut that guy off, get him destroyed. Yeah, just gotta keep on taking territory. So let's have this guy go over this way. Maybe able to cut him off if we go right here. And let's take a look and see where we're at on getting them capitulated. Almost there, 96%. Still only 18,000 casualties, not bad at all. But again, not really fighting them that much. But you can see now we've killed 214,000 for only 15,000. Because again, most of those were divisions that we cut off and completely destroyed. And then of course, 24,000 against the Mongolians. So overall, very, very, very good kill-death ratio. Not bad at all, man. Alright, so yeah, these guys are gonna come up around here, and just kind of a mess over all this this front. We did maybe lose something here. Yeah, we lost 2 convoys from the Soviet submarines. We could put our planes into the sky. I don't even have them there because we weren't having any battles or anything like that. So I guess we're going to go here since that's where they attacked us initially. Do a bit of naval strikes there. But we have more naval bombers that we could make use of as well. Maybe put some right here. Because I haven't even placed most of them out there. As you guys see, we have like 400 something naval bombers. Alright, so let's go ahead and have these guys here. And then have this one here. I'm going to go ahead and increase. Well, now we don't want to lose the efficiency, so we'll just get a new one. New air wing here. And bomb them right there. And I don't think I turned those on normal operations. And then we could also do... See, I put them here. Maybe I should have done this a little bit differently. Maybe I should have had these guys go here. So what we could do is just move these ones. There we go. Excellent. And then maybe do another air wing right here in the Sea of Japan, because I think we battled some Soviet convoys here. Let's do like a air wing of 100 here. Should have trained a lot of those. I really should have got those planes trained up so they'd be a little bit better by the time we put them out. Let's go and attack here and here. Cut those divisions off. Not that it really matters because they will be capitulated soon and then they'll all be dead. Looks like we got these those Italian divisions kind of helping us out here. I'm going to attack there. We'll try to avoid attacking in those mountains if we can. We did get the military factory from somewhere. I don't think we're building it. Oh, damn. I had it all set up before we started here, but we built all that already. I had us building like 5 dockyards and 2 military factories. Yeah, I guess we finished building all that. All right, well, I think we have to go to motorized, right? I mean, that's what we're shortest on, so just put all those factories into that for now until we fix the shortages. Because again, a lot of our army does rely on the motorized equipment, you know, with our tanks and our motorized divisions. That's quite a bit using that equipment. We'll just push forward there because I think anywhere we go at this point is a win. And then push forward over there just because of their complete lack of equipment. Some of these divisions look so weak. I mean, I guess they're not doing as bad on equipment as I thought they were, actually. Yeah, some of them are doing fairly well. We can go in and cut some divisions off here. Maybe you got to attack in the mountains, but let's go that way as well, and then I'll cut those guys off. And let's go here. And how are we doing over here? So he's going that way. Let's make sure that these guys continue attacking. Trying to grab all this territory for ourselves. And he's already going up that way. Let's have him continue. These are the big old massive provinces that take forever to move through. Take quite a bit of time. But yeah, look at this. I mean, we're looking beastie, man. Just absolutely beastie. And then these guys are all cut off now. Let's go and destroy that CAD division there. And let's take a look, see. Yeah, there we go. Now that we got a little bit of bomber support, if we would have had that before, I think we would have lost those just 2 convoys that we had there. All right. So let's go ahead and continue grabbing this territory. We're just going to have this one division grab a bunch of it as the motorized division is going to, I guess we'll attack that CAD division. You can see that we have met up with the Germans now. Our front now touches theirs. So we have met up with our semi-allies. And again, I'm actually surprised they have not capitulated, man. I think that's it right there. Yep, there we go. And figures we got all this stuff done at the same time. Finished up a bunch of research right when we got them capitulated. So now we got to deal with the peace treaty, guys. And the last time I looked at the casualties, I didn't see what our war participation was, but I think it was pretty good, just based on what our striding little points here are. I think we did all right. Considering the fact that we were attacking from this direction and we didn't really take any casualties, I think we did okay. When you consider that factor. The casualties are so important, though I don't even think the Germans took very many casualties either. But yeah, we get to fix this situation here. We'll get to fix all this. I'm really glad about that because that looked terrible. So I'm glad we'll get to fix all this, and it's just gonna be annexation, guys, because I don't think it makes much sense for us to puppet the Soviet Union, to puppet the Russians, because they'd be over here. I don't think that makes any sense. I think that there's going to be a Russian puppet. They should be over here. But this is all German territory. I think they should be the one to puppet them. But of course, in this peace treaty mod, that's, again, I think we mentioned this before. That's not possible to set up puppets that way. So unless you console over and release them as that country. So because of that, I don't think we're going to. I don't think we're going to puppet the Russians at all. I think it's just going to be annexing. Again, that's kind of like the focus of this campaign. So we'll start with ourselves. We should probably do some passing, though. Make sure we got a ton of points. And maybe we'll just try and do all this in... I mean, it won't be one shot, more than likely, because you need, like... I don't even know how many points. We'll try and get, like, 5,000 points, though, here. So that we can do as much as we can in one shot. We're going to start taking the territory for ourselves first. So we're going to be taking a lot of territory. All the territory over here. Again, not really as useful territory as what the Germans are going to be getting. But yeah, we could also puppet them. But you know what? I think it's just, I don't even think we're going to puppet anybody. I think it's just going to be all about that annexation, man, in this one. And I'm not sure where our borders are going to go to. Now, we conquered all this, so I feel like it's all ours. This was... Yeah, we had conquered all of this, with the exception of just like this really northern territory, which would have been ours. So, at the very least, we'll have this go to us here, where we know our borders were at the time. Yeah, so I think all of that will go to us in this first shot here. And then let's go and work on, you know what? Let's give the British something. I think they're going to get this Finnish territory here, even though they didn't conquer all of it. Technically, the Germans conquered part of it. The British are going to get something from this. They did help, and the Germans are about to get a ton of territory. So I think it makes sense for the British to get a little something, something. We'll just kind of give them like this here, and then the rest of this will likely go to. Let's see here if we want to give them. I think we'll probably give that to the Germans as well. Could do this, and this all be British territory. Yeah, I guess that'll be it. That's all the British are going to get. Like so, the rest of this here is all going to go into German hands. We'll go start with this snaky little Poland thing that's here. Get rid of that, and then we'll just give whatever we can based on our points. Again, this isn't going to be done in one term, more than likely. That's okay. What's nice about us ending the turn is I'll be able to see how the borders look. Since I don't exactly know where the borders will end between us and the Germans. I'm not entirely sure. Let's try and pick something that kind of looks good and looks natural. All this will go to the Germans down here. That's going to be enough oil to keep their war machine running for a while. Hopefully they shouldn't have any more oil issues. Not that they were probably even having them anyways. And I did take a bit too much, guys, as I typically do. So let's just go ahead and pull back on some of this. There we go. Can we get that one there? We can. Any more? Yeah, it looks like we can get a little bit more. Something here was kind of expensive, apparently. That 68 one, maybe. Okay, so that's good. It's going to enter turn. So that's how it's currently looking. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, it's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, just kind of looking for a good spot to kind of end our borders here. What would this give us? See, I don't know where they would have gotten to. But I feel like if we're going to give ourselves this here, yeah, we definitely want to give ourselves this. I think that's fitting. Yeah, I think we would get all this here. Now here, I think the Germans have gotten control of this, so I think it makes sense for them to get that right there. But where should our border up here be? That's the question. I kind of feel like we should get this here. Just trying to see something that looks somewhat nice, man. Like maybe like that. I mean, all this territory is absolutely worthless. I mean, there's nothing here, so it's not that it really matters. But yeah, we are getting the most territory just because we would have conquered all of this. Like we had made more progress land-wise. They just took the victory points. They had taken all the victory points, and that's because the Soviets didn't resist us, man. They didn't send any troops over there to stop us because they were all over here fighting the Germans. So yeah, we'll go and give them all this. Wait a minute. Yeah, we know that we want them to have that. And this is what we'll do. Let me just pull back on this a little bit. Let's first go and, before I give anything else, let's end our turn. Oh shit. Damn it. I completely forgot, guys. Points. The damn points. Let's just reset that and do some passing. I completely forgot about the fact that we had to do some passing. Just a little bit here. Alright, so we're going to start with Germany this time. Going to give them this. We know that they're going to get all this. I think that's fitting. Maybe if I stop double clicking things. So yeah, we'll give them all this. And I feel like they have to have that right there just because they had already taken it. So they wouldn't give it to us. So yeah, I feel like they had to get there. But we did get to right here. Like this is where we met up with them. Right there. So yeah, I mean, just based on where we had already taken, I feel like that is rightfully ours, man. Alright, so that looks good for the Germans right now. And then we're just going to try and give ourselves a little bit of territory here and just kind of see how this ends up looking right here. Let's go and end our turn. And then we'll kind of figure out how we want to do this. Yeah, I mean, we could give them all that. Then you got to give them all this here. If you do that, we give it to ourselves. Then we have to give us a good chunk of it. Let's make it look all right. And then you could give like this to the Germans, I suppose. But yeah, I almost want to just go ahead and give it all to, just give it all to Germany, man. Just have that be where the borders are at. Could give that one to ourselves. I mean, overall, it's not going to look perfect here. We are out of points again. Alright, so let's go and do some passing. Maybe that one go to us. Yeah, I wish we could give this to ourselves here, like just right here. But yeah, if I give that whole, then I got to give like all of it. Let's go and give this here. Yeah, I think we're just going to give it all to the Germans. It's fine, guys. This one's kind of a real large province, so no matter what, it's going to look kind of strange. Alright, so I think that's good. I don't think there's any, yeah, there's no territory left. So I was going to say we're done. We're going to get a big old chunk of manpower from all that once we get the compliance up. And so the Germans took 96 states. The British took 11. We took 49. Of course, all that equipment was seized as well, which might solve some of the equipment issues we're having. I don't know how much motorized we got from that. Mostly infantry equipment. Yeah, didn't solve any of the motorized problems we were having. It was essentially, it was all infantry equipment for the most part. It seems like that was the only thing they had a lot of. So we did finish up. I don't remember what we had gotten here. But I know what we need. We still need to get our naval bombers. So let's go ahead and grab that. And I think we're done with the little planes, the small planes. Volunteers are returning because that was the only conflict we were in. So the Italians will get their volunteers back. And that's the way it looks right now, guys. So Japan is given a lot of, this is just empty territory with no, not very many people and very little resources. But just as far as how it looks, sure looks powerful. So yeah, the next conflict is going to be against Burma. So I was going to start moving our divisions over there now, or Siam. Of course, we could attack them too. That'd be an option. What are they currently working on? Oh, that's right. I'm over here thinking I'm playing like Road to 56, like everybody's got their own focus trees or something. They do not, though. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get up on the Burmese border here and figure out which army we want to use for that. See if any of these guys have gotten to get any traits that might work well here. I'm not seeing anything here. Got the commando. You know, these guys have been battling for a while, so I thought maybe they might have something good. You can also see what they got over here. I think it's a lot of hills. So you want like that hill fighter. We also have the mountain one, so that'd be good to have. Just kind of dip through here and see what all we got. Yeah, I think the hill fighter, like a mountain one, would be good to assign. So we'll take a look and see who's close to getting that. Got the 69% on hill fighter. Cause yeah, I want to get somebody to get a hill fighter. We got mountaineer here, 91%, 46% for the hill fighter. Let's take a look here. Mountaineer 80%, 38% hill fighter. And we know we're not going to use them. So really you could justify using any of them for this task here. But I think we're going to use the blue army because he is very, very close to getting the mountaineer and a little bit closer than the other guy towards getting the hill fighter. Now we're only going to want to use one army for this because I bet supply would be an issue. Shoot, even having one army over here might be an issue. Might need to build a little bit of infrastructure up. We'll have to see. So we'll get them moving over to there. And then next would be the invasion of India. So I suppose we're going to set these guys up to start doing the naval invasion planning. Because yeah, we'd be invading them right after Burma. So let's go ahead and set them up to probably invade from the Dutch East Indies. Would be the best place to do this from. We also have our little location here. So what we'll do is probably set like half the army there, while the other army is going to be, or excuse me, half of the army here, and then the other half of the army would be doing naval invasions of these two ports here. And we'll kind of just leave this side alone. I don't really see any reason to invade from there. So the British are not going to be happy about us doing this naval invasion, by the way. So that's something to consider about us doing this invasion of the Indians, because they're going to want to conquer the Indians. They have that as part of their focus tree. So we're going to set up some naval invasions. I don't know how many we can set up, though, because I don't know if we got that tech yet. Let me just take a look. I want to say we did, but maybe I didn't. No, I did not. Okay, so we can only do 10 for right now, but we will make a priority of getting that tech, and then I'll let us get a lot more. But even so, I think we'll still probably only assign, yeah, I mean, maybe half of the army. That's what I'm thinking, half the army. So let's go and set up the Marines. They should go, obviously. We could also, you know what else we could do? We could also take these Marines and assign them over here too. And then just take one of the divisions out. I mean, good God, our divisions are very well trained as well from what I'm seeing. Just take one of these guys out and put him into like his own little, ooh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. I meant to take one out. I always forget that that's how you manage the ships, but you can't do it for the regular divisions. All right, so let's go ahead and get the naval invasion set up, and we'll just set them up from here. It doesn't really matter, but and one right there, and then we'll want to do. We'll just do the other one from here, just because it makes it a little bit easier to assign them into Calcutta. And so we'll make sure we have the Marine divisions. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I had the wrong army selected. My bad, guys. My bad. All right. And do I at least have the right army here? Yeah. So let's go ahead and fix that. So one naval invasion from there. And then one naval invasion from here. And again, probably just do 6 divisions in each of those. We currently have 5 Marines right now. And we did take the one out of here, right? Yes, we did. So we'll just do like 3 into this one. And then 2 into this one. And then I don't think we're gonna give them. Oh, we'll give them each one motorized, so they can try and make that quick progress here, while the other 2 motorized can stay down there. So I think we have a total of 6 more divisions to get assigned, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we've messed that up somehow. Somehow I messed that up, guys. I don't know how. There we go, 3 and 3. All right, make sure we got a motorized assigned there. We do. And so let's just take 3 divisions. infantry divisions and assign them. And then I think we're good to go. We will go ahead and get... We are not good to go. I clearly didn't do that right. Hold up, we'll make sure we select them here. I'm having a lot of difficulty with this, guys. Oh, okay, I see what the issue is. Yep, okay, no wonder. Because we haven't gotten that tech yet. So what we'll do is just do the fallback line here. So they can go ahead and join that army as soon as we have that invasion tech. Alright, so they're gonna do that for us. As far as the Red Army here, I'm not entirely sure what we should do with them. Yeah. Could do Tibet next. That does give us a little bit of access here. We could also, yeah, you know what? That's what we'll do next. And so in that case, we'd want to do this a little bit differently. We'd want the hill fighter down here and the mountain fighter here, because like this is, you know, all, well, let me take that back. It's not all mountains in Tibet. There's a couple mountains. Looks like there's a lot of desert. Yeah. Okay, I still think we're gonna do it that way though, guys. We'll bring the Red Army down here, and then this Blue Army over here. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And we'll also give him a front right here. Because yeah, I'm gonna invade Tibet. I can't have them messing our lookup where it's just gonna be all Japan's beautiful color here. So we'll go ahead and give them a front right here. We'll go out to Pakistan after we've already taken India out. Oops, my bad. We're just going to assign a couple divisions to that. The one issue here, of course, is the amount of motorized and tanks that this army has would not be a good fit for what we're doing here. So we're probably going to want to change up the way our armies are designed, basically. So with this one, let's go ahead and get rid of this now, and then get the Red Army over here. Because yeah, I think the Red Army could use more of the motorized and mechanized than the Blue Army here. I was basing it slowly off of the generals. So then we're just gonna switch them up a little bit. So we'll just take like a few of these infantry here, because I think we have 19 infantry. So we'll just take like at least 3 of them, move them on over here. And then just take a few of these guys, because we have 6 motorized here and only 3 here. So I would just take a couple of these motorized here, get them moving on over to that way. That leaves them with a total of 5 in the Red Army and 4 here. As far as their tanks go, how many tanks do they got? They got a total of 3 here. The Red Army has 2 tanks. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and take one of these tanks then, move them over here, and there we go. Voila, 24 and 24. Alright, we also have these divisions here that we get assigned if we wanted to bring in more infantry in. But yeah, I think that this is probably good. Let's see how we look on supply before we go and do that. We do need to get all these troops put somewhere. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to invade here just yet. So really we could just throw them anywhere. I suppose what we'd want to do is keep these divisions away from their homeland. Yeah, we probably want to keep them away from their homeland in case they rebel. Yeah, I suppose that's what we'll do. We have a lot of their divisions though, quite a few. We could just go and move them over to the Dutch East Indies, somewhere where they're not going to affect supply too much. Maybe over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I'm going to take all the divisions that aren't from our soon-to-be rebellious puppet and move them over here. And we're just going to try and get rid of these guys, because I think we could end up having issues with them. Again, I think it's typically around 1942, if I'm not mistaken. Did I get them all? I missed one there. Throw them all over here. Make sure that all these guys belong. Yeah. And then we just want to move them. Get them away from their homeland, so that when they rebel, they're somewhere else. It won't matter if they take territory, because they will capitulate. So let's just get them to a port. And then this is probably going to exhaust supply, so we're going to go ahead and build this up. We have space to do so. Let's just get it up to like, we'll go up level 5 for right now and see how that goes, and then just get a much larger port here. And that's where we'll keep those guys for now. Just keep them hiding out there. And then these guys can just move on over here for now. Alright, so that looks good. We do need to get to building. We need a lot of resources. Well, let me take that back. We now have gotten all those resources from the peace treaty, and we're actually looking pretty good. But as we get more factories, we're going to see that become more of an issue. So what we're going to do here, I really want to start working on annexing all these guys. Maybe we should just do that, and maybe we don't even have to fight them. Yeah, maybe we should just work on trying to get these guys annexed. That would be good. And I think the best way to do it without, you know, giving them too much goodies, and we can't even do any goodies here anyway, that they can use against us, is to just do infrastructure. Yeah, so I think we're going to build up the infrastructure. Let me see exactly where they're at here. All right, so they're right here. Just build up their infrastructure. And I guess we'll work towards annexing them. I really hate like just sitting here waiting for them to rebel against us. It's really nice to just kind of work on infrastructure, build it all the way up, and see if we can't annex them. We'll use our political power for that. We'll have to save it up, of course. Yeah, it'll take a long time anyways. So we'll just build up the infrastructure there, and then it'll take time. But yeah, we can go and speed this up. Oh yes, can't really declare war without getting a war goal, huh? So we're going to start with Burma, and that's going to be, oh, we're short 3 political power. Okay, so we're not doing it yet. We need to get just a little bit more. I think 27, 26 was what we needed. Let's go ahead and get, yeah, 26. So I'm going to get that started. That is going to be done on the 29th of January, guys. Also, we have these troops that can get deployed, so we're going to do that now. We can start building more as well, and it looks like we have a little bit of room for special forces. So I think what we're going to do, let me see how much room we have. Not much. We can get one more special forces division. We could always keep that open for the Alpine troops. What do you guys think? Do you think we should get Alpine troops, or do you think we just focus on Marines? When we go to war with the Americans, we're going to need a lot of Marines. Right now we have 5 Marine divisions. So, I don't know. For right now, let's get all these equipment issues dealt with. And we got the depth charge mortars as well. And I think we can design the light cruisers, and that'll likely be, is it? No, 39. We need 1 more experience. And that would likely be the last thing we did. Let's go into the landing crafts. So yeah, we'd have to design the light cruisers, and then we'd have to design the destroyers. But I think we're going to go ahead and end it with getting that light cruiser there. We could try and get this war goal at the same time. We don't have the political power, of course. It adds a lot to those days, though. So it might just be better to wait for this here in January of 1942. So let's go ahead and end this by designing the light cruisers. Going to get the attack cruisers improved. Go ahead and add all this good stuff to them that we've gotten. Like the new anti-airs, new radars that we've got. We got the dual purpose guns, new armor. Got a lot of stuff for them basically, guys. And like cruiser battery. And new torpedo launchers. So remember in this middle section here, this is where we want to get the secondary battle for the secondary battery for the dual purpose secondary. So we'll place that there, and then here is where we'll place the aircraft facility, replacing that anti-air. And then the last one would be another light cruiser battery, and this is a fantastic attack cruiser, honestly. Not bad at all. I didn't name it though, but I'm not going to redo this because that's a lot to change, and it's exactly 39 experience. So we're just going to rewrite this. All right, so the attack cruiser, 3 Bs, and as you can see, just significant improvement here. You know, a little bit more HP. Light attack is going up by 9.7. Piercing's going up a little bit. Torpedo attack going up by 9. Armor is going up by a little bit. Anti-air by 4.6, so big jump in the anti-air there. But overall, not bad. Anti-air is really not their specialty here. We'd want to make a support cruiser for doing that. But again, we need more experience, and we still got to get those destroyers designed. But yeah, this is a great attack cruiser. That is a very good light attack, I think. So let's go and save that and get them building. And we'll put them right here underneath our Yamamotos. And then just pull from these submarines and put them onto the light cruisers. And also these here. I don't really feel like we need a lot there. Alright, so that looks great. That is going to result in some steel shortages. So we probably are going to want to build a little bit of steel here. And we're only short one there. Yeah, we're going to want to get a little bit of infrastructure for steel going, and some steel provinces. Something that we might have seized, perhaps. Looking for like high steel provinces. I'm not really seeing any. That gives us a little bit of something, but probably not worth building, I don't think. Guess we can do these 14s, but yeah, I'm not really seeing like, we don't have any really high. I guess this one here get us quite a bit of steel. There's a little bit more, guys. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that looks way better than here. And we'll take those up to the top as well to make sure we get that steel a little bit sooner. Alright, so that's good. This is where we're going to leave it off, guys, as we're getting ready for the war against Burma and Tibet, and then the invasion of India. And from there, we'll go into Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Iran as well, obviously. And then I don't know about Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I kind of want that to go to the British, honestly. I think it would look nicer if they had control of this here. There's no real way for me to drag them into the conflict, though, where I could give it to them. But at the very least, we're going to be going through here. So India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq. And then also, obviously, getting all this taken care of here. And then, I don't know about Siam. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should we annex Siam? Attack them, annex them? Or do you think we should just try and get them into the faction? Maybe help boost their fascism so it goes up a little bit quicker. And perhaps also do that one, operative mission that makes it more likely to join our faction so they don't join the Axis instead of us, which is a possibility. I don't think they would do that, but, it could end up happening. So yeah, we'll get all this taken care of, and then after that, it's just the war against the Americans, where they have to fight a two-front war here in the sea, against the British on one side in the Atlantic and us in the Pacific. And then, of course, they also have their borders under threat. I don't know if they'll have to fight the Hispanic Alliance, but at the very least, they have the Canadians here who are fascist, that are in the Axis. I should say they're in the Axis. They're not aligned. They're not fascist. So the Americans are in a pickle, guys. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. It's not going to be the typical campaign against the Americans. It's probably going to be a little bit easier, actually. I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I tried to have a longer one here since we haven't had an episode in several days. But if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next episode. And thanks for watching, guys.